Today on Cabinet Talk, we're going to show you how to fix doors that slam open. Today I'm going to talk about hinge restrictors, specifically balloon hinge restrictors. They work on both types of hinges. Face frame, like you see in this example here. This is a face frame hinge restrictor, or full access balloon motion hinges. This is a full access cabinet without a face frame. So let's bounce back over to the face frame cabinet and we'll show you how to install those first. Now in some cases, these will have snap-on hinges and you just have to unsnap them. That's not the case here. So I'm unscrewing the bottom hinge first. That way the door can naturally hang, and if I lose my grip or something, it's not going to fall down or get damaged. Now I'll take out the screw out in the top hinge, and that's how I'll remove the door. Now that I've removed my door and I've laid it down on a blanket, I'm ready to close the hinge so I can install my restrictor. I'm going to do this for both hinges. So when you look at the hinge restrictor, it has a little bit of a curve on this little tip here. So this is how you're going to install this restrictor. You want to take the curved part and you want to kind of wrap it around that little post in the edge of the hinge. So now that I've dropped the restrictor in place, all I have to do to lock it in is open the hinge. Sometimes you'll hear a little snapping sound, sometimes you won't. But once you open the hinge all the way, there, you heard that little snapping noise? And that tells you that that hinge restrictor is now locked into place. So every time you open and close, the restrictor will move with the hinge. And what happens, instead of this door opening 110 degrees and hitting the wall, now it's only going to open 85 degrees before it encounters some resistance. And this way the hardware won't slam so easily into the wall. So let's do the other one and we'll rehang the door and we'll see the difference. Okay, so now I'm going to rehang my door. I'm going to start with the top hinge, opposite of how I took it off. I'm going to line it up with the indentations of where it was before and snug it. Now I'll put the screw in the bottom hinge. And again, I'll just snug it. I don't want to tighten it too tight, so I might have to do some adjusting. Now when I close it, I'm checking, and the doors are lined up, so I absolutely have the door in the same position I had it in before. So let's take a look at the bottom door, which we did not put restrictors in. You see how it still hits the wall because this hinge is set to open 110 degrees. So hinge restrictors are a really, really great little hack there to keep your doors from hitting the wall.
But wait, there's more.
So now let's move on to a European cabinet. So here I have a situation where this cabinet is bumped out 3 inches. So when I open this door, it slams into the finished side of this cabinet. I really don't want to put a filler here. That's not really a good design practice. I want it to have tight lines. I don't want to add a filler here. I already have one against the wall. I need one against the wall, but I kept it to a minimum size of just over 1 inch. So this cabinet has 2 issues. Number 1, this door is hitting the wall. And number 2, this door is hitting the adjacent cabinet. And you can see the difference when the door only opens 85 degrees. You don't have to worry about it hitting the adjacent cabinet that is sticking out 3 inches. So this door here has a restrictor on it. I put this on before we started this video. So I'm going to put restrictors on both doors. And these come off a little bit easier because these are snap-on hinges. Now the way a snap-on hinge works is the back of the hinge, there's a little button. If I push that button, the hinge comes loose off of the plate. And I just pull the hinge out a little bit and it's free to take off. So I'll do the same thing at the top of the hinge. I'll just pop it off at the plate and it comes right off. Now the difference here, this is a different type of restrictor and it installs differently. This also has little hooks or curves on where it latches around the post, but this is the post we're interested right here. And these are posts that go through the hinge, help keep the spring in place and keep tension on the hinge so it opens and closes properly and locks into place when it's closed. But with this one, I'm just going to slide this restrictor into the little groove on the edge of the hinge cup. Push it down and we're done. Now when we open the hinge, it's not going to open 110 degrees like this one does. You see how far this one goes? You see here, it opens a little bit less than 90. You'll see when I open the door later that it will no longer hit the wall. So let's reinstall this door. Now we don't have to worry about adjustments because the plate's still in place. So to put this door back on, I'm going to snap it into place at the top. I'm just lining it up at the front of the hinge, and then I snap the back in. Again, line it up in the front of the hinge plate, snap in the back, and then you're all done. So now, when I go to open it, the restrictor keeps it from hitting the wall.
Sensational.
So you can see that you can get hinge restrictors on Amazon. You can buy them from any woodworking store or even from the manufacturer of the hinge. Go to Amazon, you can get the full access hinge restrictors for 20 bucks a box. You can get the face frame hinge restrictors for 8 bucks for 10. So there's no excuse to have your door slamming into the wall. Get your hinge restrictors put on and solve that problem today. So I hope this information was useful. You pay a lot of money to get soft closing doors, but you don't want them to slam open either. So I want you to take the time, if you like this video, to hit the like button. I want to hear your comments. What have we not covered? What would you like us to cover? We do videos related to installation, shop, construction, styles, design, everything related to cabinetry. So make sure you comment, let us know what we should be talking about, let us know what we're doing right, and we look forward to hearing from you. And one more thing, Cabinet Bootcamp at cabinetacademy.com is now live. So if you're a DIYer or you want to become a professional installer, we have a training program with over 100 videos. Check it out, cabinetacademy.com. Thanks for watching Cabinet Talk.